today's video, I'm going to be talking about a term you probably come across a lot in conversations and contracts with brands as an influencer or creator, and that is usage rights. So we'll discuss what usage rights are, and I'm also going to be sharing what to charge for usage rights when a brand asks for your rates for, say, 3 or 6 or 12 months of usage rights. But before we dive in, let's get some context first by reviewing a conversation that I personally had with a brand that mentioned usage rights. So essentially, they contacted me and said, "Hey Jay, can you send over your rates for 1 static Instagram post, 1 Instagram reel, and 1 Instagram story?" And I replied, "Hi there, can I get some more information regarding the deliverables first? Would love to know when everything is due by, and if the brand is interested in usage rights, whitelisting, exclusivity, etc. Please let me know." And then they responded saying, "Hi Jay, due dates will be determined once the brand has decided what creators they are going to work with. As a generic timetable, the brand is looking to have content live by July. The brand is interested in usage rights, and they are looking for a minimum of 6 months if possible. As of now, there is no plan for whitelisting, but we will reach out separately if the brand is interested in boosting your content once it is live. There is no exclusivity for this campaign." Okay, so like I mentioned, that's an email I received recently from a brand requesting rates. So as you can see, before sending over any rates, I first wanted to know if I needed to add, say, a rush fee or a fee for usage rights, whitelisting, exclusivity, etc. This is why I never ever suggest adding specific rates to your media kit or sending over any rates to brands without first getting some very specific details. Now, I know for a fact that a lot of you get similar emails from brands requesting your rates. And I also know that many of you get stuck when you get these emails because you don't quite know what a fair rate to charge a brand is. Not to mention what terms like usage rights and whitelisting and exclusivity mean. Now, I cover all of these terms in my Advanced Influencer e-course, but I feel it's really important to cover them here too, because this is information that everybody needs to know in order to succeed in this space. So again, in today's video, I am going to answer the questions, what are usage rights and what should I charge for usage rights, so that you can feel totally prepared the next time you receive an email from a brand asking you to send over your rates. Also, because there are so many legal terms that come up in influencer brand contracts, this video will be part of an ongoing series defining all of the terms that you will come across in brand contracts. Because let's be real, this industry changes rapidly, and believe it or not, new terms appear frequently. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to be notified when I release the next video in this series, which will be covering exclusivity and what to charge brands that request exclusivity. Okay, so if you're wondering what are usage rights and what should I charge for usage rights, keep watching all the way to the end of this video, because charging for usage rights can allow you to, well, triple your income as an influencer, and who doesn't want that? By the way, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jay, and I'm the creator of 11th Street Studio Influencer Agency. If you'd like to learn how you can join our private influencer community to partner with brands that are looking for influencers like you, click the link below this video to get on our influencer VIP email list. And if you'd like to learn about all of our e-courses for influencers, including how to grow on Instagram, how to get brand deals, how to price your rates as an influencer, and how to negotiate brand deals, click the link below this video to check out our members area where you'll find all of the e-courses. Okay, let's dive in. So, as you know, there are many benefits to working with brands as an influencer or creator. But one of the main benefits for brands is your creativity and ability to create content for their social media and for their website, for example. So from the brand's perspective, working with an influencer or creator is much like working with a traditional production company or photographer. And with that comes contracts, meaning if they want to use your original content for their marketing purposes, they must add the terms usage rights in their emails to you, as well as, and most importantly, in their contracts. So what are usage rights? Well, simply put, if a brand wishes to use the content that they hire you to create and post organically to your Instagram feed for an ad afterwards, so for example, an Instagram ad, a billboard ad, a Facebook or Google ad, they first need to disclose to you how they intend to use the content and define exactly how long they wish to use the content as an ad. So essentially, if this comes up, they are asking you for the rights to use your content as an ad. And by all means, you should charge them for this. So before we get into what you may want to charge brands for usage rights, let's quickly cover what brands are willing to pay for usage. Here's the thing. When a brand partners with an influencer on an organic post, the normal price of a sponsorship is based on things like the number of impressions that are expected to result from it, or your unique reach. So that's your rate, right? Now, with that said, if they wish to boost or put ad spend behind the content you created for your feed over on theirs, they need to tell you how they want to use it, because they don't own it, you do. Because remember, by law, it's your piece of work, and that is why you'll see this come up a lot in contracts, because brands obviously need content for things like social media and Instagram ads and Google ads, etc. And they don't always have the budget to pay professional photographers or videographers or models, but they can afford to pay influencers for usage rights. So here we are. Okay, now let's talk about what you should charge for usage rights, because I'm sure many of you are dying to know. So to start, most brands will typically ask for usage rights for a set number of months. So for example, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Now, you of course have the right to charge whatever you wish for usage rights. So by all means, price your rates accordingly. The truth is, there is no exact science to pricing usage. In fact, there's a lot of room for interpretation and negotiation. But as someone who's worked in this industry for nearly 10 years and has partnered with brands for a really long time, I can tell you that typically influencers charge a third of their overall rate for the project for each month a brand requests usage. So try to think of it as the rule of thirds. For each month that the brand uses your image or your video for email, web usage, paid social, etc., they must pay you 30% of your original sponsored rate. So here's an example. If you, the influencer, charge a brand $1,000 for a sponsored post, the industry standard they can expect to pay you for usage rights is $300 for each month they want to use the image or video as an ad. And I just want to mention real quick here that it is your responsibility to keep track of this, because if they tell you that they plan to use the image for 3 months, but end up using it for, say, 6, you have the right to request additional payment for those additional months of usage. So, I highly recommend creating a spreadsheet and adding all the brands that you partner with, and the start and end dates of any usage rights they pay you for, so that you can do an audit each month to make sure that they are holding up their end of the agreement. Okay, that covers usage rights. Now, before you go, make sure to watch my other video explaining the term usage rights in perpetuity next, because that is something that I see brands sliding into contracts left and right. And it's something that you can and should charge brands a lot of money for. So you don't want to miss that video, because I share all the details on that, as well as exactly what influencers and creators charge brands to own the rights to their personal content in perpetuity. I'll go ahead and link to that at the end of this video so that you can watch it right away. So for now, remember, when brands approach you for brand deals, it's up to you to ask them how they plan on using the content you create, if they do at all. It's their responsibility to tell you exactly how they wish to use your images or videos, again, if at all. Because in some scenarios, they may simply wish to partner with you on a sponsored post, but other times they may also want to use the image or video you post on your feed on theirs as a boosted post on Instagram, or as a Google ad or Facebook ad. And if that's the case, again, they don't own the content, you do. And as such, they fully expect to pay creators and influencers for the rights to use their content. So make sure to charge them a reasonable rate so that you get compensated fairly. Okay, that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you've come across this term in contracts, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please, of course, leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and make sure to click the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.